Alright, I've got to fix sound capture and the game. Alright. I think I read this last time, but I'm gonna do it again. Did I catch up on chat? Yeah, I did. Thursday, September 28th, 2023. New image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves. A review. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. Specifically elven burnout? Why elven burnout in particular? I think I read this story too before I left. No, I did not read this story. On Top of the Ferris Wheel by Ralia Amat. It was finally our turn to ride the Ferris wheel. She grabbed my hand tight, excitedly pulling me into the faded pink gondola. Her small hand felt cold on my skin. Before, it was warm. The slightest touch of it used to warm my universe. It used to excite me. But when she pulled me into the seat beside her, it felt cold. I knew I was the one who had changed. I was the one who could no longer feel her warmth. The Ferris wheel finally moved. She stared at the lake beside the wheel as we went up slowly. Trying to balance the sound as I'm doing this. Let me know if you can't hear me because, like, I set Spiritfarer and this game at different volumes. This one's gonna be a little bit lower so you can hear me, but if the music is too quiet, let me know. The Ferris wheel is amazing, right? I feel like it's taking us to a world separate from our own. A world for just the two of us, She began a conversation. I replied with a faint smile. Hey, pretty boy, want in on a secret? I love you. Her smile was so sincere. It was painful to receive those words. I didn't say anything. I couldn't say anything. She didn't wait for a reply. A long silence passed as she turned back to the scenery laid on the other side of the window. I knew she was hiding her face from me. The Ferris wheel was halfway to the top now, still climbing ever so slowly. I tried to find the words I wanted to say to her. What's the softest way to break someone's heart? We reached the top of the Ferris wheel when it stopped, like it was supposed to. For a moment, our time was frozen on the tip of the world. Hey, can we talk? Words finally found the courage to come out of my mouth. I know exactly what you want to say. You've been holding it in for months now, right? That same sincere smile. She should have kept that smile for someone who could love her as she loved me. Not for someone who was about to break her heart. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I thought I was ready for this, but I was just pretending. Silly, huh? It's not. It's my fault. I'm sorry. She tried to fake a laugh. Her eyes were wet behind her glasses, bedewed by her tears. You deserve someone better. Not me. I'm sorry. Hey, can you pretend a little bit longer too? At least not up here, please. I cursed the universe for letting her love the wrong person. I cursed myself for letting her love me. Ferris wheel creaked softly, signaling its movement, this time downward. Well, that was a fun, sad story. What's our stories for today? A girl always has her secrets. Okay, Rachel. I spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games on the App Store. The amount of copycat games are just staggering. I feel that, Earl. No delivery today. We'll resume tomorrow. Alright. Today, the day begins. Good evening. Officer, welcome. Hey, Mark. How are you doing? Officer? Oh, sorry. My mind's kind of elsewhere right now. No worries. Work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. Hey, you're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Mark. Oh, what happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weird about a minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. Popping the iPad even if one of my AirPods didn't charge. Oh no. I guess that means you're gonna lay down in bed. Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats or cats. But neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know, the laughter. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. So what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Mark? I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped the bomb about the fairies, you see. Oh? What about them? Yeah, but I'll be on as long as I can. I appreciate it, Faye. You don't have to. You probably voted for this game, but still, you don't have to stay on just for me. The only reason I'm going later than I usually do is because I'm not going into work tomorrow. Or technically later today. As it turns out, fairies were an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time were to be referred as such. Oh, Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. Back then, any sentient being that was just even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparitions? Yes, apparitions like ghosts. Ghosts? I see. What do you mean, I see? Uh, doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? Not sure I follow. But come on, ghosts don't exist. Do they? Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Right. The tree. Does that mean it's haunted? It could be. Ah. You're streaming on Friday, does that mean you'll be joining the squad for their variety night? Are they having a variety night? I thought we just did a variety night. Yeah, it's community night. Okay. I forgot about that, honestly. But, maybe. I know I'll be joining, if I get off work early enough, which it looks like I might be getting off work early enough. I'll be, one, watching a movie with a friend. Two, I'll probably be doing Deep Rock Galactic with Spyco Live. And if I miss the window of opportunity for that, then I'll be doing the community night. Yeah. Do you know why the satyrs from France are more musical than ones from America? Because they have French horns. I guess that's a good one, Lucas. Don't get how you can be so calm about this. Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world, even. Sometimes literally. You're right. I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos. True that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway. That's understandable. All you need to know is that my fear is never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Mark. That's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay, thanks for sharing. You know, it's funny. My grandpop was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just, with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see, that makes sense. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? They understand the zenness of it. I don't, but that don't stop me from thinking it's chills, you know? I think you almost got it? Yeah? But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. On that note, Mark, you've seen my ladder, right? I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it. Now, yes. My bad. That thing was originally my grandpop's. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all. Right? Now about that street. You see, my grandpa liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of beings there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. Ah, I see. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? You mean... Bourne Street? Uh-huh. It wasn't called that before, that's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and it checks out. What does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the ladder there. Oh wow, what a coincidence. Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way there's just coincidences, Mark. Everything is lining up too perfectly if you ask me. I don't have to, I want to. Okay. Thank you, Laugh, I appreciate it. Somehow I missed that message earlier. Uh-oh. Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit out of everyone's. Right. Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happened in this past week alone, you see. Right. Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market. Information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own. Right. And now, we know why I kept losing my ladder, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. I mean, well, if you list them all in order like that. I'm telling you, Mark, that place is calling for me. This case was made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just really bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. Huh? What's that? No, nothing. Touché. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme. From local comforts to real special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It is something like a projection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit? Ah, I gotcha. But Mark, even the whole situation is haunted. There shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I would not know. But I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it that extra magical boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame, I mean. What are you gonna make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Officer Georgie's lighter. It exudes an interesting feel. Okay then, make me this magical drink you've learned, Mark. What did you say? Coffee? Coffee, honey, lemon? What is that? Coffee, honey, lemon. That's what it says. What the fuck is this? I mean, that looks rad as hell, am I right? Look at this shit. Koemata. Oh my god, that's cool. It's kind of funny though, too. It's in my... It's probably in my thing now. Yeah. Spell-laden, alcohol-imbued Galician drink is known to ward off evil spirits. I mean, just look at it. Oh, that's sick. Oh, wow. The drink does light up, huh? Yep, this is special just for you. So don't tell anybody. Roger that. Here you go. Oh, careful. Oh, that was... Oh no, that was me. Here you go. Oof, careful. Dang, Mark. This is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. Ha! Heh. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Mark. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. That's why I have certain redeems. Oh. Oh, boo. Thanks. Man. At least with crooks, you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. A hard-boiled advice? Oh, what does this mean? Huh? What kind of voice should I give this guy? Where's Destroy the Planet when you need him? Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease, I won't make that mistake again. McQueen? Is that you? Hello, Williams. It's been a while. Heh, it is you. The surprises just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in the same serious tone, but I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel you. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. Good. 'Cause I don't like to talk about it. So what brings you here, detective? Surely it's not the coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost? Why does this guy give me Constantine vibes? Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. I was just talking to Mark about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts. Something like that. I'm weak against ghosty looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little too spooked out by what happened on Bourne Street the other day. Yeah, I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times it's ghosts. How do you do it, detective? Your cases, man. I'd probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. I try not to think about it all too much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody. That's who. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. A real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? But the husband, he caught wind and he retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is still there. It's hard. I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing and the whole place is lit by spotlights. Basic sensory illusions, classic ghost tricks. Then, before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel and he's behind me and... wait. Isn't this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe? We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. Story must have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. Oh god, it's a cop night tonight. Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? I sure did. Doodly, I can see crumbs stuck to your face. That is just rain. It's very bready rain. There's filling all over your top. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up though. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. All these humans here make me feel weird. In a game about supernatural creatures and folk creatures, we've reached the part of the game where it's just 3 humans and 1 alien. So, what did I miss? We were talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts. Hey. Ghost? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Doodly? No idea. Never met one. We stopped a ghost riot. Ghosts aren't real. So you don't need to be scared of them. Easy. Here you go, I guess. Sorry that wasn't much help. Nah. What you said, they're just like us. That's a good thing to be reminded of. Exactly. They used to be alive, just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, violently murder you, you should be fine. Very reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues, and spectral wails. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy since you can see right through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. It's best not to overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. Georgie at least was kind of the straight man in this scenario to help ground us that these new cops feel huge by comparison. Like, the guy on the left, Georgie, is what the average cop tends to be. The cop on the right is what people tend to think cops are. Let that sink in for a second. And then the guy in the middle is what people kind of stereotypically think of detectives as. Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. Our pleasure. Now, Doodly, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. I already did. Oh? Turns out we were meant to arrest the person driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle. Why? The driver was a chupacabra. Oh, I wish you could see my face right now. Oh my god, that hurts. Ugh. Okay, let's get out of here, Doodly. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen. A lot. You too, Officer Doodly. Bye, guy. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Bye, Coffee Wizard. Take care. The guy on the right is a Lego City cop come to life. You're absolutely right. You should say it. That was quite something. Well, what do you know, Mark? Looks like my good luck is back. I feel like $1,000,000 now. I'm very glad you do. Heh. Thanks anyways, Mark. I really did nothing much. Are you gonna be okay? Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for tonight. You have a good evening, alright? Please keep me updated, officer, and stay safe. Will do. Alright then, maybe I'll go check the stock and... Who keeps ringing my bell? Oh, Miss Riona, welcome. Hello. How's traffic out there? Heh, it's a mess. There's construction work taking place on Lenora Avenue. Oof. I can imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. Oh, that's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make you for this evening? I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey. So, cough syrup is what you want. Oh wait, did I mess it up? Or is that correct? No, green tea is the, I'd like something for my throat, so I kind of want to give them cough syrup. Yeah, I'd like something for my throat, so I'm gonna make green tea, lemon, and honey. Hopefully this drink isn't wrong. Here you go, miss. It's wrong. I made the thing that she wanted. I don't think this is what I ordered. You're right. I'm truly sorry. Let me remake it for you. No, never mind. Just take it away, please. Will do. Sorry once again. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. It literally said it's a cure for a sore throat. I don't... Is that so? How is he? He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually. Oh. He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. Let me check and see if it also says a sore throat. No, it says nothing about sore throat. But okay. I see. Bad traffic aside, how are you? To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late, and I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid. But, pardon? You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's troubling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had a settled life objective. But I've been doubting it lately. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Oh, any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance, even though they had no direct contact to the audience I am trying to reach. I see. She explained clearly what she thinks I should. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I'm thankful for. That's very thoughtful of her. So, what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network, make myself known. Oh? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it. I think so, but you could give me a refresher, just so I don't misunderstand. I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak. I feel like I missed something. Right. She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. What would that be? Well... Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure that this so-called shortcut is 100% going to work. But you'll have to, like, do it way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting callbacks, you know? I'd say that's a somewhat decent impression of her. Thank you. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it is either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to our explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting. Alright, I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion then? I don't know. Is it difficult? No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across. And being rejected by every single one. But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like a necessity. Did something happen? He was stuck. He was stuck? I'm sorry? Actually, he posted about it on social media last night. Oh? I might have seen it. Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud. All sounds in order? And extremely drunk? Really? He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly, deep in thought, and entered Kerry Park without realizing he had done so. Wow, must have been some deep thinking he was doing because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m., which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, and he seemed to be unaware of it. Right. So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab? Okay, night, Mark. I appreciate you. Have a good night, Lav. Thank you for staying up as long as you have. He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight? Oh, well, why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself. Touche. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking. Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team, and he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Oh. I see. I suppose it didn't go as expected. Perhaps. I know that feeling all too well. Miss... However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. That's good. Is it though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they be so positive? What do you mean? I just can't picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself? Wow, oh, spitting facts once again. But if I truly believe that, with the number of rejections I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I? Right, that's why it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would have to have the same standards. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it was standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at the moment? How does something like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that? Perhaps they don't see it as the be-all and all? What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance or assistance even. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still. Miss Rona? Yes. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home. I picked him up and drove him home. Whoa, but I thought you're located in Bellevue. I am, but I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly near the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. I see. How was his singing, in your opinion? It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. Ah. Hope he didn't get sick then. I should go now. Alright, will you be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Mark. No problem at all, anytime. Have a good evening then, Mark. Come back soon. Man, like I said before, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it on stream, but I've got to play this game again because it's killing me that I'm not getting the good endings for some of these people. I think I'm gonna do one more night, technically, and then I'm probably gonna raid out. Friday, September 29th, 2023. Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion? At least it's pretty. Researcher responds over alleged algae invasion. Glorfira Tech teams up with Olmex Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology? Oh, that sounds cool. Kind of. Bailey's, why are you sitting like that? Sing Your Body Electric by Aurelia Amott. Is this a poem? Sing your body for hiding, the truth in them prancing. Like a perfect man they are, like a perfect woman they are, like a perfect person the world expected they are. Not themselves, they can't be. Not themselves, they can't be. They're hidden inside the closet, beneath the sweater, four size bigger. Your mom bought you when you were 5. Hoping you'll grow into it somehow. Do those sweaters fit you now? Sing your body for dressing, and designers as they like fashion. Like a Gucci for the insecurity, Chanel is your personal hell. Louis V hides your body. Like it's a casket. You hide what you considered ugly inside your Versailles dower, like you're not sure if you're a boy or a girl or whatnot. Your body still asks you what you want inside those Armani pants. Yet sing your body for surviving fashion as they come wearing. Tight skirts like you're a woman, black shirts like you're a man, sweatshirts like you're neither. Ah yes, the 3 gender, man, woman, and neither. Dead or alive, padding inside bras to fill the gaps in your chest. Binding to feel like you have nothing. Weighing your shoulders, what you actually are. As a person forever looking for a reason to stay alive. So when the devil asks for a dance, you look as good as you can. And seeing your body for growing, out of their chains, forgiving. A mother's expectations, a father's disappointment. The owner of the body who keeps on. Drawing lines near their wrists, praying this is it, yet persistent in staying alive. Oh, how happy your veins must be, carrying hopes through the arteries to where your heart is. A body that cannot stay broken, a body celebrated, a body forgiven. So sing your body for being how blessed they are, the entire thing. How perfect a woman is, how perfect a man is, how perfect a body outside that dictom, dictom, dictom. Dichotomy. How perfect the soul still looking for a body fit for themselves. Like shoes on the shelf inside the closet still waiting to be used. There will be time. Pretty high heels. There will be time to feel like singing your body electric. Sing it fantastic. Tantric like it's time. For your nakedness to be alive out as you are. I mean, that was uplifting, but God was it confusing. You wanna know where I got my awesome sunglasses? Check out my good sponsor here. Been working with them for eons and I already love their stuff, but y'all know that already. Normal schedule. I'm very lucky to have people who's with me no matter what, and I won't take it for granted. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I'm gonna grab a quick bottle of water. Very funny watching my avatar mouth move where I sit back down. Why are you out of screen, Baileys? Come over here, center your screen. Hey, knock knock, anyone there? Mr. Baileys, hi. I'm sorry I didn't hear you come in. How are you tonight? I'm alright. But you look pretty distracted. A penny for your thoughts. You can have them for free. I was just pondering the hidden side of things. How different the world is under the surface compared to what we think it is. Nothing and no one is exactly what they appear to be. Funny, I was having similar thoughts on my way here. I guess that's now that we spend so much time on social media, people believe we can be summed up in a picture or a sentence. But it's not like that. Not that easy to know someone. Even if that someone is yourself. Oh, especially if that someone is yourself. Sounds like we agree on this. We sure do. It's been on my mind a lot in the past few days. Does that have anything to do with your wedding to Miss Lua? Got it in one. How are things on that front? A few days ago we decided to take some time apart to think. That sounds ominous. No, I don't mean it like that. It wasn't a breakup or even a break. Whew. Been through so much. No walking back on our relationship now. Sometimes you're so together that you lose sight of the big picture, you know? I think I see what you mean. So we decided to give each other a bit of space and figure out what we really wanted out of our wedding. And more importantly, out of our marriage. I see. Have you made any progress on that front? Do you want the short version or the long version? I'm always here for the full story, especially since Freya isn't here. Alright then, I'm going to tell you everything, but I think I should order first. Sure thing, what can I make for you tonight? I'm not feeling fussy. Anything warm will do. Anything really. Makes sense. What about some herbal tea then? Hibiscus, butterfly pea? Butterfly pea or hibiscus sounds great. With milk and honey, please. Which one's warmer? Blue pea is warmer. I always at least give this an attempt. But I'm feeling kind of lazy tonight. Oh god, that looks pathetic. Here you go, I hope you like it. Thanks, Mark. This is so nice, and it brings me way back. You know how I'm not really in touch with my family anymore? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Don't be. I don't even miss them most of the time. In the end, they're just a random bunch of people. We don't have that very much in common. It's good that you've learned that about yourself, Mr. Baileys. I think so too. There's just one person I miss, but I've been missing her a while now. Someone who's passed away, I'm guessing. Exactly, spot on again, Mark. I used to have a very close relationship with my great-great-aunt. When I was little, my parents fought all the time. I still remember in my bones how that made me feel. The fear that one of them, or both of them, would walk away and abandon me. A bit ironic in hindsight, but then it was many years ago. Yes, it's quite normal for a little child to care about their parents, no matter who they are or how they behave. That's true. Anyways, I spent almost all of my evenings curled up into a ball in my room, trying hard not to listen to all the shouting, except when my gran came to visit. Not that her being around prevented the fighting, mind you. Elven high society is amazing at keeping up appearances, except in front of family. But she got how it made me feel, so she went out of her way to take the sting out of it. She would keep me company and bring me a cup of herbal tea. With milk and honey in it. Drinking this now, feels a lot like family again. Wow, that was a nice roundabout, actually. Sounds like she was a perceptive person. She was truly the best of them, until she got sick. Oh no, how did that happen? I thought elves don't get sick. Ah, see, that's part of elven disinformation. elves don't get sick with your little run-of-the-mill colds, but they do get big bag diseases like everyone else. It's not uncommon for us to die from them. Except there's this assumption in elven society that if you live the right sort of life, you'll pass away peacefully in your bed. That's what my family says most of the time when someone dies. Incidentally, that also means that they need to pretend everything is fine until the very last moment. So that's what they did to my aunt. They basically shut her in during her last few weeks. That sounds really awful. I did manage to visit her and she put on a brave face, but it was clear that she wasn't happy. But then she wasn't very happy before that either. At least she had you. It must have been a little consolation, but yes. I'm glad I was able to be with her. Ugh. I think I came very close to being trapped with those people. Pretty sure she would have hated that for me. A little part of me hopes she'd be proud of me right now. I'm certain she would be. Thanks, Mark. Here you are letting me blab on again. That's more than fine, but do you think growing up among conflict might explain why things are, well, a bit difficult to work out sometimes between you and Lua? I definitely think that's part of it. In fact, well, here we go. Good evening. Hi, I'm Mark. And hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm Silver. I'm Bailey's. Nice to meet you. And I'm guessing you're Amanda. We are, but you do not appear to be a hive. How did you? Lua told me she ran into you a week or so ago. Oh, the nice earthling we met on our first night here. That is a satisfactory explanation. And so, are you her date? I'm a little more than that. I'm a fiancé. Truly. Fiancé is a successful outcome of dates with a... Oh god, this is such a low percentage. A 0.013p probability percent, I guess. Congratulations on your excellent odds actualization. Thank you. Now, Cafe Offspring, we are wishing for a drink. Cafe Offspring? How did you acquire that new title? Alright, sounds like something I shouldn't prod too hard. Never mind me. You were about to order, Amanda? We were. And what we wish for is a memorable parting experience. Ah, I suspected something like that. Last visit in a while, huh? That is accurate. I take it you've completed your research on Earth? Almost. We are quite satisfied with the outcomes of our missions. Interesting. That sounds like there's a story there. But first, tell me, what sort of experience are you after? We wish to have something we've never had before. It's time to get creative then. Yes, take care not to reuse any ingredient you have served us in the past. I don't remember what I've served you and what I haven't served you. I'm bad at this. What's a funny little drink I'll give you? Milky Way? We'll do this. It's probably wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It was between this and Milky Way. Here you go. Hopefully this tastes new to you. The novelty coefficient does not clear the expected parameters, but it does not seem very important right now. We wonder why that is the case. Are you getting a little emotional, Amanda? We do not wish to discuss this. Anyhow, I trust the agent gave you no more trouble. Ah, that one was quite close, actually. We had a little brush with the authorities, you see. Yeah, Lua mentioned that. He made her really angry. She was still seething when she came home that night. Please tell I'm grateful for that. Well, the agent kept looking into things even after his second visit here. Scariest thing was when he came by to my cafe, or what he thought was my cafe. I really feared he was onto us, but apparently he just enjoyed the chat we had here the other night. Well, that's what he said anyway. I don't know if that was true, but when he told the cafe wasn't open yet, he ended up leaving and hasn't shown up since. Well, that's a relief. How I Met Your Ancestor is an achievement I just unlocked. I don't know what that means. I'm scared. Yes, we have thought on it for a while, and we have decided we do not care for that sort of excitement. Not if it makes our sibling so sad. Really gotten the hang of emotions now, haven't you, Amanda? Thank you, Offspring. If that is the case, we are content. That means our mission is well and truly accomplished. Did you come here specifically to pick up Earthling emotions? No, we came here for the purposes of general Earthling research. But it appears to us now that emotions are one of its most interesting aspects. We will be submitting you call it an academic paper. Uncontrolled stimuli and reflexive neural patterns, deep-leveled communications in hive versus non-hive species. Oh, wow. That's how you know it's serious research. I don't even understand the title. Amanda always was the brains in the family. That wasn't your only mission though, right, Amanda, right? You're leaving, does that mean... Yes. Pearl and I did go out on a date. Right, you're looking for love, aren't you? I am. I was, I think. I think I may have found it. Wait, wasn't the first date a really short time ago? Just a couple of days. But I've been waiting a while, and I really think this is it. When I took up this mission from the Hive, when I came to Earth, during this entire process, when I changed and changed, what I was hoping was that somebody would see me for who I am. And I really think she does. That's so great, but I'm curious. Doesn't being in the Hive provide that experience of feeling seen? It does, and it does not. And in fact, we were hoping that... And in fact, we hope that is something our research might improve. The Hive sees thoughts and desires honesty, but it is not able to communicate the reasons for those desires. The emotions, as it were. We do not dwell on those, nor will we start to do so in excess. But it seems to us now that they may be worth conveying, at least to some extent. Yes, what Amanda said is a part of it. I was very unaware of my emotions when I first came to Earth, and I was really bad at communicating them clearly to others. In some ways, I still am. It'll always be harder for me to grasp them than most people. But when I started to understand them, I was both fascinated and scared, which is not an uncommon experience, I think. It's really not. requires a great deal of courage to look at your emotions honestly. It certainly requires some time. Even more time to find someone who can look at them with you. Not get scared and take them as they are. Someone who can see you clearly and kindly. It is a precious thing when that happens, huh? Rare and beautiful thing. Has that been your experience with Lua? It definitely has. I almost forgot how much it mattered, too. I'm lucky that I have good friends who reminded me of that. Oh, so does that mean you and Lua found some answers? Oh, the heck of it. I can't hold my tongue any longer. Sorry to interrupt your goodbyes, you guys, but Mark, I'd like to officially invite you to a little surprise ceremony, which will take place 3 days hence. Wow, that's some answers indeed. Yeah, taking a little time to think really cleared our heads. We have gotten bogged down in the details, and in our own insecurities to be honest, so we decided to make it simple again. No fuss, no massive expense, nothing like that. Just us and our closest family members. Whether we got them at birth or chose them ourselves. I am very touched, Mr. Baileys. Oh, come on, Mark. You know you mean a lot to two of us, as does this place. Speaking of which, I also have Hyde's invitation here. A special invitation card for a certain someone. A guest of honor. Well, Hyde's... Well, hiding Gallo's invitation, seeing how that's his obvious +1. Would you give it to them when you see them? It would be an honor. Silva and Amanda, I don't have a card for you, but you're in the cafe family as well, so I'm sure Lua won't mind. Would you like to join us for the party? Party? This is our first experience being invited to a party. It is 99.999 repeating % pleasant. And 0.001% disappointing that we have to refuse. Yes, I truly appreciate the offer, Baileys, but we're sadly leaving Seattle tomorrow. Really? That's more sudden than I expected. Are you going back to space then, Amanda? Not yet. We are going on an adventure. That sounds very exciting. It really is. Amanda and I are taking a trip through the country. Maybe even a bit further if we've got time. We're basically going to be tourists. Tourist is such a fascinating concept. Although our sibling explained it to us multiple times, we still find it very hard to comprehend. We always thought that traveling must have a mission, a purpose. But it seems that tourism is traveling with no other purpose than traveling, which is, in essence, circular reasoning. Well, it may well be, but it's still a lot of fun. In fact, I'd say that's the real purpose of tourism. Have fun, relax, see beautiful things, enjoy life, you know? Enjoyment as a purpose. That is new to us, but we are 99.9% 9 repeating % excited to try it out. And so am I. I've never been out of Seattle since I've arrived. I guess I was afraid I wouldn't be able to blend in. And now that I would have to restart everything from scratch. But knowing that you're here, Mark, I always have a place to return to where I'll feel home. Well, that makes me a lot less nervous. I'm very happy to hear that. I think I should order the drink. Of course, what can I make you? I'd like it to reflect the spirit of our upcoming adventure, but I'm also in the mood for something sweet, soothing. So, sweet and soothing, but with an adventurous kick. Yes, that's exactly right. How about some hot chocolate with something extra to make it fun? I'd love that. Hot chocolate with something sweetness and some spice would be amazing. I think this is when I was supposed to do the 29. Yeah, I did it too early. I blew my load early. I need. Here's a 299.792.5458 for a lightspeed traveler. Oh, we like this name. It is evocative and adventurous. Evocative? Yes, it is the speed of light not evocative of great adventures. The speed of light? Oh wow. Way to target your audience, Mark. Thank you, but do you like the taste, Silver? I love it. This is exactly what I wanted. Got the spicy kick of ginger to start with, which keeps you on your toes. But then the honey makes it sweet and comfortable. In fact, it reminds me of you, Amanda. How does a taste remind you of us? I guess he's saying you're sweet, but with a strong character as well. That's about right. We do not entirely comprehend it, and yet we are pleased. Well, that's settled then. Whenever you miss Amanda Silver, you can come here and I'll make you this drink. I like that. Thank you, Mark. Whoa, wow, careful there. You don't want to spill a drink you enjoy this much. You're right. I'm just so excited, I can barely sit still. I can imagine a first trip across the country is a big deal. It is, but that's not the only reason I'm excited. Okay, that was quite the dramatic pause. I really want to know what you're going to say now. You guys seem to lead very interesting lives. Oh, not at all. I think I'm quite a boring person. With a secret society and an alien background. It's true that some of my life circumstances are a bit unusual. But this particular thing is very commonplace. Our sibling is excited because his date will be joining us. And, in fact, we must be fair and acknowledge that we may have misjudged her based on her lack of facial symmetry. Although Pearl's features are 9.231% different from left to right, we agree with her movie analysis 99.9 repeating percent. Wow, hold on. Amanda, you have met Pearl, and if you talked about movies, and now she's joining you two on a holiday. How did any of that happen? We watched Orca Westerns all together last night. Pearl likes them a lot as well. You don't exactly sound thrilled. Fortunately, she also likes space travel operas. Ha, I see. Learning couple compromises the hard way. I suppose so. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's met Amanda and they got along. That means she also knows where you're from, Silver. She does. In fact, I told her about that on our first date. Wow, that's very brave. Very hard to put yourself out there under any circumstances. To reveal something so vulnerable to someone you just met and are starting to like. It takes guts. You're very kind, but I don't think so. To be honest, I hadn't planned it that way. Although I've always felt safe here with all the regulars. I know that not everyone would be open-minded about me. and so I wasn't sure I'd say anything to Pearl that night. But as we were talking, I was so happy to learn more about her, about who she is. I realized I didn't want her to have an incomplete picture of me. My past is a part of me. My goal is to find someone who sees me for who I am, and she needs to know about that too. And in the end, that was the right decision. Well, I will say if she heard your story, and that changed how she viewed you, then she wouldn't have been worth your time anyway. That's fair. But still, even knowing that, I admire you a lot. The truth is, and this is a bit strange thing to say, but I think I'm proud of who I've become. And I want the people I love to be proud of me too. Same, Silver. Thing. What is proud? Proud is, for yourself, I think it's when you start to be satisfied with what you're achieving. Especially if you have to fight to get there. And for others, it's when you think of someone you care about. Consider who they are and the way they're acting. And it just fills you with joy. Ah, we see. Then we are definitely proud of you. You two really are a sweet family. And so are you and Miss Lua, Mr. Bailey's. Ha, true. Chosen families can also rock. Yes, when we met Pearl, we came to a conclusion. There is no difference in nature or expression between a family that you are born with and a family that you acquire by choice. I could have said it better myself, Amanda. Both demand work and understanding. There may be minute differences in the specific processes, but the bond appears to be 99.9 repeating some percent similar in the end. So it is. Well, we should probably get going. Yes, we must go pack. First time I see someone get excited about that specific part. What Amanda means is that I must pack. While she analyzes the Earthling ritual of folding shirts, rolling up socks, and so on. Precisely, this is further information for our research. We are thrilled. Good luck, Silver. Indeed. Do enjoy your trip, both of you. I hope you'll tell us all about it when you're back, Silver. I will. Good night to you two, then. God, I mean. Hasta la vista, strangers. Huh. Orc westerns. Ah, bye to you too. Hasta la vista, baby. Ah. It's never a dull moment in your cafe, Mark. I try. Speaking of which, would you like to hold some party or after party for your wedding here? I know it's not a very large space, but perhaps, whether we like it, we'd love it. Honestly, I didn't want to impose, but there's no place that could be a better fit. And I don't mind that it's not very large. It's going to be a small, cozy wedding, so this is perfect. It's settled then. Lua's going to be over the moon when I tell her. In fact, I'm going to go and tell her right now. That's a very exciting prospect. It really is. Thanks again, Mark. You're like a guardian angel for us. And on that note, I'm off. Good night. More like a guardian hive mind. Good night, Mr. Bailey's. Just cool. Saturday, September 30th, 2023. DXX20 virus vaccination booster ready for distribution. Wow. Echo Mimi driver crashes truck filled with catnip. Suspected DUI? UFO previously spotted by Space Guard fighters. A very determined hot air balloon. If you say so. Alrighty, let's switch back to heading. Oh. As per the earlier redeem, I am going to raid Mafia Punch tonight. Cool. Alrighty. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you for everyone for hanging out. For those of you that were lurking this entire time, or most of the time, thank you for the lurk. I hope it was a very productive lurk, that you got whatever you wanted to done. If I was good background noise, If you just wanted to lurk to support me, I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. For those of you that were active in chat and hung out with me, I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Thank you, Asabor, for the raid. Feels like I'm just full of thank yous. I appreciate all of you. Okay, start the raid. But yeah, here's our raid message that we use. Because I don't have any notes yet. Yeah. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Have a good night, a good morning, whatever it is for you. Remember, tomorrow is a new day, so make it a good one, alright? Good night.